We hear the pinball machines in the background.
It's put your morning coffee and your morning newspaper away, ladies and gentlemen. It's Saturday morning football. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about ready to experience the most electrifying high school football broadcast in all of Indiana and the nation, for that matter.
And the world.
The world. We are coming live from Maxizzle Fidizzle here in Fremont, Indiana, ready for the backyard brawl for the Steuben County Championship belt.
The world heavyweight title, John. That's what's on the line tonight.
That's right.
We got the purple against the red and black attack. And we got ourselves a great one, John. Angola and Fremont. Now, they're both in the NECC now, but Angola is in the big division, Fremont in the small division. They kind of split things up based on the size of the school.
Which is the way it should be.
Which is the way it should be.
Versus Class A.
Right.
School.
So the great news is that Fremont has a great chance to play for some conference titles, especially as we get into future years under Coach Hummer. And right now we've got ourselves, this is sort of a conference, non-conference event tonight. Or today, I guess. I got to learn how to say today. This morning. I got to talk about like this morning here.
It's like interleague.
It is. It's kind of like interleague play.
Interleague play.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit, John, about the visiting Angola Hornets. Last week lost to Leo 38-0, and in their two meetings against Leo over the last 2 years, they've lost by a combined 93-0.
93 zip.
Ouch.
93 zip, and that's, again, I think Leo's 4A too, right?
I believe they are 3A, 4A, something like that. Yeah. So, but our Fremont Eagles are about to come out here, but we'll talk just a moment here. The Hornets are 6-5. We're 6-5 overall last year, and if you remember, John, the Thrilla in Maxilla last year, 14-12, the Eagles won. So this is the rubber match. Fremont won 2 years ago at Angola. Angola won on this field a year ago. And so this is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. And for those seniors, this is it.
This is it. And you're looking, folks, at that camera. Your Fremont Eagles are ready to take the field. Smacking that sign that says, attitude is everything. And that's what it's like when you are playing here at the Maxizzle Fidizzle. Attitude is everything, people. Your Fremont Eagles are jacked and ready to take on the Angola Hornets, Stingers, what are they, the bees, the honeybees? The honeybees.
We've got ourselves the Eagles in the middle of the field here, the cheerleaders doing their thing, doing a great job. And I tell you what, the fans are going to be in for a treat here today, John. This morning, as we play a little bit of morning coffee football, this is bad to the bone. Let's talk a little bit about the Eagles. Last week, John had a rough one against Southern Wells. Things just weren't quite clicking. Maybe it was the 2-hour bus ride. Not really sure what was going on, but no excuses. The Eagles got to come out today and play tough football against their big rivals.
Well, Southern Wells last week put on an absolute clinic of how to run a well-oiled machine, and it was a good learning experience for the Eagles last week. Hopefully they can pick up on some of those things they learned at what it looks like. Southern Wells just ran, again, jet sweep right, jet sweep left, give up the middle or keep. 4 plays the entire game, but when you run 4 plays effectively, that's what happens. And I think that's what we're going to see from the Fremont Eagles offense today is, it's not one of these crazy, wide open, 1,000-play offenses, 1,000 formations. It's very basic, but again, we have seen time and time again, teams that can run basic plays, but do it with excellence, win ball games.
All right, we're going to go to Trent Lewis, who's manning the cameras today, and he's going to give us a little pregame report on the Hornets.
Honeybees.
Get the ball first. Turnovers been a big story here for the Hornets. 5 turnovers last week in Toledo. 5 turnovers against the Cows in week 1. And they got to handle the ball better. And we're not really sure how the defense is going to be for Angola because they're turning the ball over in their own territory. The Hornets' key is to keep the ball, and then let's see what the defense can do on sustain drives. So it should be an interesting game, rivalry game. Both teams up for the first win of the year. Let's get it on.
All right, folks, we're ready for a slobber knocker here as we get ready to kick off, and we're going to see Angola receiving here. Notice Michael 2-6 Warren back down to 25. You got 7 and 1 deep. Should be an interesting morning, folks.
Speaking of interesting, just a quick note for Fremont. They have a new quarterback this week.
Jake Pelham.
Jr.
Matt Bowling and number 7,
So we're
Simon
going to get a chance
Gardner.
to see him for the first
Back
time. He
deep
was
to
out the
C
first
for
2
Angola.
games, and we had Braxton Baker in behind the center. And so Coach Humber says, let's make a change. But don't worry, folks. Brax is going to get plenty of playing
Number
time.
5, Braxton Baker will
His
kick
goal is
off
to be
for
running that
Fremont.
ball, and sure enough, he's going to be kicking that ball off here.
How's that field look down there, guys?
It actually looks in great condition, even though it was raining a lot last night. You know, it's amazing. Kim Quick and staff Cody have done such a great job. I feel like it's the best kept field in the NECC.
There's the
They're
ball.
down to the 20.
I mean, that's
Number 7's
Gardner.
gonna take it.
He's going to take it. And
Gardner gets
we
snapped.
have a fumble, and Fremont may have it. Let's
Fremont
take a
got it,
look.
folks. I'm going to make that call right here. Did the Honeybees turn up the ball?
It is Angola ball.
Oh, the Honeybees recovered.
You had a chance. You were so close, John. So
Gardner
close on making that
returns the
call.
ball for
But I
Angola.
tell you what, yeah, you know, you're going to see that a lot today, potentially with the wet field, the wet conditions. You know,
Jared
but,
Eichler makes a tackle.
you know,
for
it
Fremont.
certainly looks as though, unlike some of the fields that we've played on in years past, John, it looks like the field has drained extremely well in just a few hours.
Yes, but you know what? A play like that gets into your head right off the bat. You know, you're thinking ball, and I want to pin my ears back. In goal, you're thinking that we just want to keep our hands on this ball. No turnovers. Here we go. First play of the ball game,
11,
folks.
Jake Roddy.
He's
gonna
got it
look.
drop back.
He's trying to get it
He's
out.
getting
Oh,
attacked
he's
by
caught.
all kinds of
He's going to
Eagles
the right. He's
everywhere.
trying to bootleg. He may get some yardage, and he's got a little run. He's on the side.
Oh, but he gets
Out
smacked.
on the 43-yard line.
He got some yardage, but he felt that one. Number 11. I tell you what, he made something out of nothing. It really looked like Fremont had good pursuit. Now what they need to do is close down those angles. You can't over pursue. That's one of the lessons you got to learn. For Angola, they got to be very happy about that because that was a big time broken play for big yardage.
25 yards, fellas.
25
Absolutely.
yards. Roddy, 6'1", 190. He was 4 for 11 with an interception, 69 yards passing last week. 30 carries.
It
for
doesn't
94
have to look
yards.
pretty.
No,
It
he
doesn't
definitely
have to look
shows
pretty.
his elusiveness on that play. 1st and 10. Roddy's going to throw on the
Oh,
screen.
wow. What a great
Big
reception.
number 1, and he's got some room and some wheels.
He's going,
He is
fellas,
going to
he's
take
going.
it to the house.
He's going to take it reservations for 6 right off the bat, folks.
54 yards.
2 plays.
What was that? Number 1. That was
Matt
number 1.
Bowling with the reception
Bowling.
and touchdown for Angola.
Now, here's the thing, folks. They scored on 2 plays. Let me tell you, it doesn't have to be pretty, but that ball was way out there. It was a great reception.
Yeah, he caught it with one hand.
Yeah, it was a one-hander. So if you're the Fremont Eagles, you're thinking, hey, if we just get a hand on one of these things, if we just get a step faster here, we are really going to be breaking some stuff up.
So that great blocking by the secondary there.
Absolutely. And it's
That's
good.
not good.
Oh, it's not good.
It's
From my
going to go
perspective.
left, so
Braden Hart's
The door's left open,
extra
brother.
point attempt is
we are
right on.
29 seconds in
Wow.
into this Saturday morning contest. It's 6-0 Angola. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on FremontEaglesFootball
.com.
and 101 Lakes Network.
So you can break that stuff up. Dude, know that this guy's not accurate.
All right, I'm rolling.
And we're back. 11:31 left in the first. Angola on a 54-yard reception to Bolden from Roddy takes it to the house. And Angola in 2 plays looked like it was going to be a little bit of trouble for them to start this thing off. They fumbled the ball, got their own recovery, but they recovered quickly. And now it's 6-0 after the missed extra point.
As you've heard me say many times, it doesn't have to look pretty. You just got to put it in the house. But again, it's 4A Angola versus single A Fremont today.
What are the
And
odds, John, we see an onside kick
Roddy
at some point?
kickoff
I
for
think
Angola.
you're going to see anything and everything today at a 10 o'clock game, you know.
Right.
It really depends on the score, too, as things start rolling both ways, as people feel comfortable. You know, there's something about these morning games, you know, sometimes the normal play calling might go out the window a little bit.
And there's the kick. It's a
Appeared
short
that he
one.
was offsides, but the referee did not catch
Oh,
that.
ran into his own guy.
And he's going to get out to about
Great
the
field
41.
position,
So,
folks.
this is decision. Was there a flag?
There should have been a flag because he was
Andrew
offside, but there was no
LaRose
flag.
with a great return for Fremont.
Andrew LaRose.
Charles Lanham with the stop.
First down and 10 at their own 41. The Eagles excellent field position to start.
Now, here's what it comes down to. You got to want to answer right here. One of the big things you got to do right now is decide, hey, we're down by 1, but we're only 30 seconds into the game or so. Hey, let's go down and answer, and it's a fresh new ball game. Also, you want to keep Angola's defense on the field as long as you can.
Right. Indeed, indeed. Oh, we got ourselves a little movement here. And it is procedure against Fremont. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. 1st and 15 at the 36. Well, John, for the 3rd consecutive game, Fremont is 100%. No issues, no injury, no health issues. Certainly a little bangs and little bruises. We don't count those, but no injuries to report. That's great news for the Eagles.
Absolutely. And here we go. Trying to get this first play from scrimmage off. It's ground and pound. Oh, a little extracurricular down there. You're going to see a lot of that this game. Probably it's a highly emotional game.
It was number 22, Hunter Jordan. The give from number 7,
Hunter
quarterback.
Jordan with the carry for Fremont. Turkey with the tackle for Angola.
You'll notice that both these teams, although Angola has far more kids to sub, Fremont doesn't, but they both are down numbers-wise this year. So you want to keep those defenses on the field as long as you can. Of course, Fremont, most guys are going to be subbed in both ways, no matter what.
Ellen is going to give it. And
Gonna keep driving, never say die.
Nice job.
Keep the feet churning, burning, do whatever you got to do to get that extra yard.
Got about 3rd and 8 now on the play.
Time for some ground and pound, folks. What do you think here on 3rd down and long? What are you going to think here? Is this a time for a risk call here? This time for a high-risk pass, or you just ground and pound? Or do you just take, a shot down the field? You're already down by 6. Take that shot. Again, the door's open because they missed the extra point.
Got a little bit of a crosswind here today. Very cloudy, overcast day, but no rain so far. That's good news. We got ourselves a 3rd and 8. We got motion by Jordan. Helen looks over the D. He's going to take the snap.
He is going to drop back. He's got time, but you got to get rid of it. He's hit.
Oh, and he was hit. He was hit as he threw trying to catch Hunter Jordan and almost connected with one of the cheerleaders. I think, John, if she'd have caught that ball, she'd have taken it to the house.
Yeah, now here's the thing. He did have some time, but he's, again, new quarterback.
Right.
You have to learn. You got to have some quick release.
Right.
You can't wait for the most opportune time.
Well, it was like he was almost waiting to see how much time he had.
Yep.
And it was too late.
He was getting a lot of pursuit from the back end.
Across his body there, a little difficult to do to make that throw anyway. So.
Charles Lamb with the pressure there, number 22.
Charles Lamb.
All right, here's the kick by Hunter Jordan. It's going to be a bouncer.
Oh, it's going to take a big Fremont roll.
Goes to the 10, inside to about the 9.
Oh, yeah, down to the 9-yard line. Now
Hunter
we look at a defense.
goes inside the 10-yard
All right, well,
line.
we're going to take a quick break. You're watching
Giving up
FremontEaglesFootball.com and 101 Lakes Network Football.
That's the ones they have up there.
Yeah, we'll just go with this one.
And folks, we're back, ready to run this play here. 2nd drive for Angola of the game. Fremont Eagles looking to slow them down as they've got them pinned deep here within their own 10.
It's at the 9-yard line, 1st and 10. There's a give.
It's a give to Michael 2-6. No, he's going to keep it. No.
Good run to about, it could be a 1st down there.
Nice fake on the give there.
That's what you're going to see all day, fellas. You're going to see that option read, and Roddy likes to keep it most of the time.
I noticed that.
Warner
Looking at
with the carry
stats.
for Angola.
Now, if you're an Angola fan, we do apologize for calling you the honeybees. That's all said, and just good fun, good-natured ribbing. Just like if we were at your house, we'd expect to be called the Eaglets. That's just part of the good-natured ribbing here. Please continue to support 101 Lakes Network.
Even after the broadcast.
There goes the pitch out. He's got some room to run.
He does have some room, and he's going to be down. That's number 33, Austin Holman.
Austin Holman starting linebacker as well.
Linebacker, okay. He's going to be down at about, well, that's almost 20 yards. Tierlager on the tackle. He's down at about the, looks like 36-yard line. So Angola churning and burning here a little bit.
They're finally executing that option and read out. So it's good to see them getting the ball out into the hands of the ball carriers.
And it does appear ball carrier had a great eye for the field, able to look and dodge some oncoming defenders.
Another run,
Michael 2-6. No, it's fake again.
Roddy up the middle, it's on his feet. It's on the 50, down to the 45.
He's like a greased pig. He's brought
Down to the 40.
That's the 2nd time we've seen that, the fake to Michael Warner, where everybody bites on it, even the commentators, and then it's a keeper.
24 yards.
I bid on that hard.
24 yards from the statistician right now, Trent Lewis.
Trent Lewis,
photographic memory.
Photographic memory?
Don't tell my wife though.
My photographic memory is kind of like an old.
Take him to
Polaroid.
Vegas, folks. Take him to Vegas.
I'm
Yeah,
like
right.
I'm like Rain Man.
All right, we got to run. That's Michael.
Warner.
Michael
2-6.
2-6 Warner.
For about 4 yards. Michael Warner, senior, 5'8", 160, plays DB as well. And John, a little connection to you. Want
Warner
to
with
share
the
that?
carry again.
Yeah. Michael Warner, number 26 for Angola, happens to be my daughter's friend.
Boyfriend. He's having the coach, John Bruni, is speechless. It's been rare to find him speechless, that's for sure.
But he's a great kid.
He is awesome.
I'm still rooting for Fremont.
And there's a pitch out. And that's number
That's a
33,
Holman again.
Holman. And he's going to have
down.
Oh, we got a flag out of
late.
bounds. That's going to be
Maybe a
extracurricular.
late
Feeling
hit.
that's going to be a late
Austin
A little
Holman with the carry for
extracurricular out
Angola.
there.
Andrew LaRose with the stop.
That really kills you when you're in this part of the field. You know, you don't want to take any crazy penalties. And, on both sides of the ball, both teams, you're going to see a lot of stuff happening because,
Personal
again,
foul,
it's a rivalry.
Fremont.
Boy, oh boy, personal foul. That hurts. That's a tough.
I didn't see it, though. I'm sure it happened, but I didn't see it.
It looked like a late push maybe after they got out of bounds. So
Late love tap.
Late love tap. Well,
Got to watch those.
in this day and age, can't do that. Boy, oh boy. Little extra pat. Can't really do it.
No, I miss days when you could light people up, and it was good.
And then you got a sticker for
Then
it.
you got a sticker on your helmet for lighting somebody up. But those days are gone, folks.
First and
Roddy.
10.
The days of
Roddy,
PC
he's
football.
gonna give it to
2-6. He's going to break a tackle, but wrapped up by number 5.
And it's going to be a gain of about 5.
Warner with the carry again for Angola.
run the ball pretty well.
Stopped by Baker and Laskowiak.
Yeah, we got to shut down the run because you want Angola to pass. We saw that first pass. It wasn't, and again, even though it went for big yardage, it was a one-handed grab. You want to force them to have to throw the ball. And so far, it's been all Angola. Defense needs to really step up. This is where you decide who's going to be a playmaker, who's going to, going to dig deep and find some intestinal fortitude to make a stop. So the defense got their ears pinned back. They're ready to make a big play here.
2nd and 4, we got motion.
No, it's
a kick.
oh, see, that's what I was talking about.
That was a struggle.
Wow, we got-
Luckily caught that.
Holman got a first down.
He got something out of it, but here's what I was talking about, Drew. That's highly ill-advised because that could have been taken back to the other way for 6.
Holman with the carry for Angola.
And that's what I'm talking about. You want to force them to make those decisions. Get pressure.
Baker with the stop for
Well,
Fremont.
that's what he struggled with. That pitch is what he struggled with, and that's how it got 10 turnovers in 2 games. But
That could have
Pitch
easily,
at that time.
that could have easily been taken to the house.
That's twice that we've noticed that Angola's got away with something. That could have been rough. There's a give. Roddy's going to take
Roddy
himself,
keeps it.
and he's going to be sandwiched in the
First and goal, now second goal.
Roddy on the keeper, stopped by Hunter Klein.
He likes to take the ball.
He does not like to give, obviously.
30s last week. And and I guess in the last few plays there, you can see when he gives it away, like it's really, kind of worries you a little bit when the ball leaves his hands. So we'll see how this
That's what
goes.
I'm saying. Yeah,
Second and
I will say we've had some masterful fakes by number 26. Done a good job there. There it is again, but see,
he's going to be brought short. He will not have it.
but here's where Angola, they need to be thinking they're blocking there on all these pitches. They've had really good blocking where there's a guy there, he gets picked up. I mean, it's really been saving them on that.
I tell you, those
Holman again with the carry. Nick LaRose with the stop.
And he's a great quarterback. I want you folks that are Angola fans, I always said it doesn't have to be pretty. But what's happening is they have good blocking that's really making up for the, I don't know the pitch.
Yeah, we're here. They have
Third and goal.
yard line. They're taking the pistol.
Michael 2-6.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Michael Warner.
With the half-yard plunge. Angola has a 12-0 lead with 5:58 here in the first quarter.
Michael Warner with the touchdown carry for Angola.
Really effective drive. Bring the ball every time.
And Grampy Superfan down there says, hey, what are you going to do?
Braden Hart will attempt the point after touchdown.
Fremont's going to come back. It's going to work for his drive.
I mean, if I'm a defensive player, I'm getting so excited about seeing some of these broken plays, even though they're going for big yardage, because there's hope that you can make a big turnover.
Kick is up and no good.
No good again. Doors open again, folks.
12-0 Angola. You're watching Angola high school football.
And FremontEaglesFootball.com. Hello, Fremont, the storehouse. Oh my goodness. Bro. Ill-advised.
We're back.
Play.
All right, we are back. Angola leads Fremont 12-0. Missed extra point with 5:38 remaining in the first. You know, John, the last time Fremont beat Angola at Max Mitchell was August 31st, 2001, 21-6 victory. So that's 5 straight road wins for the Hornets on this field. Plus, there was also a neutral win neutral field win for the Hornets at Trine back
Where we gave up a
2009.
home game.
Yeah, we did give up a home game to play there. But here we are at Mitchell. And you know, Fremont has done it before. They can do it again. 2 touchdowns is not an insurmountable.
We could reverse the score last year, 14-12. But we'll just reverse it. Oh, here we go.
That's about a 10-15 yard kick. And he's going to be brought down. Another good field position for Fremont. You know, John, the thing is, with all these little things that we've seen so far throughout, even though Fremont's trailing by 2 scores, you know, at some point those things are going to capitalize and be in Fremont's favor as they continue this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here's the difference. You saw Southern Wells last year as a well-oiled machine. As much as I know we have Angola fans out here watching this broadcast, as a 4A school, watch what I say here, because I don't mean it in a negative, but the chemistry is not the same as what we saw last week. Would that be fair to say?
I would definitely say that.
The chemistry. I'm not talking about defense. I'm talking offensively. There's much more chemistry last week, and so, you know, it's only, again, 3rd game of the year. A lot happening here. We need to see better blocking.
My goodness.
Hornets over.
Speaking of chemistry, the swarm of Hornets, their defense is looking very good today. And again, the offense, for those of you who think I'm being very positive about this, they already have 12 on the board. I'm looking for some other angles to look at the game at.
Well, I tell you
So
what,
you keep watching.
That's our leading tackler, Robbie Honer.
Robbie Holmes, the tackle there.
The defense is firing on all cylinders.
The Fremont Hog Mollies are going to have to make some adjustments here to that defensive line and linebacker core for squeezing through. They had some trouble last week against Southern Wells with that.
Fremont needs a first down, yeah. They just really need one.
Well, they need anything, you need a sustained drive just to get the emotions back up.
And Pelham is going to be wrapped up.
It's Honer again.
And Honer with the tackle 2 in a row. So
Jake Pelham kept the
3rd
ball.
and 15. So
Honer
the
with
Eagles
the
are
stop
really
right.
struggling to try to move the ball downfield.
Going backwards.
Well, what needs to happen is you've got to have sustained drive. This is so important emotionally to your ball club to keep you mentally in the game. Those sustained drives, even if you don't get points on the board, you're keeping the defense on the field. You're keeping your team emotionally geared up and giving them hope all the time. That's what you got to do. Attitude is everything.
Indeed.
So
We're in the shadow of the Fremont Water Tower as we go to this key 3rd down play, 3rd about 14. As a fake, a roll out, and a pitch, and a throw, and it's
First down there.
hey, I'm going for it.
Oh, I'm
Right
going
here,
for it.
you're
No
down
question
12.
Andrew LaRose.
You're down 12. You got to go for this. Even though, I mean, what do you got to lose?
You know, in the NFL, John,
It's
if
totally
it's
different
4th and
ballgame.
a half inch, you might punt. But this isn't the NFL. This
No.
is high school.
You need something. You got to
Go
cross
for
the
it.
break.
If it's at midfield, you're inside 5 yards. Go for it.
You make your own breaks, folks. And here's
That's a
what we're
great
going to see.
positive play.
Hey, crowd, let's get up for him right here. You can see the crowd coming alive. You know how important this is. It's a 4th down. Huge. Turning back.
Number 36 is Hunter Lascaux. New number today. Number 36. He's 3 for the first 2 games, 36 today. And that's probably because he's lined up as a running back today.
Just what the doctor ordered, and it's almost like in Rocky 4, where he gets, you know, he breaks up, busts open Dolph Lundgren a little bit, and he says, he's not human, he's the machine. You know, it's that whole thing. He would break him, Dude, this is like Rocky IV. He just busted open Dolph Lundgren's eye right there. That's what I like to see. It's a big turning point.
At wrestler, let's go.
Apollo Creed just got knocked down. This is huge right here.
Number 22, Hunter Jordan, gain of
Ground
2.
and pound, ground and pound.
And I tell you what, big number 68. Josh Teagarden, 5'9", 255, the biggest player on the Angola roster with a splash on the tackle at the end. Holy smokes.
Reminds me of the good old days, the tiny splash.
Yeah, the tiny splash, that's right. Tiny, of course, who is part of our broadcast crew here at 101 Lakes Network. Back in the good old days, man. We love talking about the good old days.
The good old days. Speaking of good old days, we got a good old drive here going, folks.
2nd and 8, got that key first down. Fremont feel a little bit of...
Angola's blitzing.
Yep, there's
They're blitzing, but they're going to pay because
nice run.
they gambled with the blitz and paid, and then a little extracurricular there. It appears that the guys in white, everybody starts talking a little talking going on both sides of the ball there.
Nice run.
Fully expected in an emotional
At
game.
wrestler Leskow with the run.
Absolutely, and again, they blitzed and they paid for it there as they gambled. Again, this is always, I love it because it really is David and Goliath. 4A versus single A. I love these games. Fremont, the underdog, is rising to the occasion right now.
All right, there's a give.
Got a hole. It's a hole.
He's got 5. He's got 2.
Oh, we got a flag after. It's after. It's after.
Oh, boy. We got
It better not be against Fremont.
Yeah, that was between Teagarden.
It's like 68, 53. Got into
Looks
some
like they
sort
got
of
a little
entanglement.
extra.
We don't have 53 on our roster. I'm not sure who that is.
We do not want to see a great run negated by.
Personal foul, Fremont.
Oh.
That's not good.
But it was, I think it was during the run though. So.
This is where you got to keep your head. You just had a fantastic run and you lose your head.
Yeah,
Two
Hunter
personal
Jordan
fouls
with a
tonight
nice 20-some yard run and completely negated because of a
Especially because it wouldn't have mattered. It didn't affect the run.
Yeah, it was back at the line of scrimmage. And the play was already passed by
Play
the
pass.
Oh my goodness! So not only do you
Then you
lose
got a
all the
meltdown.
yardage, but you lose the 15 yards as well. Goodness gracious!
You got to learn to keep your head. Football is a highly emotional game. You got to learn to keep your head.
3rd and 12 looks like it now.
All right, so now
3rd and 14.
3rd and 14. All right.
You got to learn to keep your head in the game. One of the things we talk about, again, attitude is everything. You can't retaliate. That's one of the big things here because the guy that retaliates is always the guy who beat the flag.
Guy who strikes second,
It doesn't matter who
always gets
starts
caught.
it.
Now, I didn't happen to see the play, so I'm not really sure exactly
I didn't see
what
it
the
either.
penalty was. I'm not sure if it just said personal foul.
But it's ridiculous that it didn't affect the play. That's what kills you.
Right, exactly. You know, we're kind of assuming it's unsportsmanlike. It may not have a chance. So we'll just hope it wasn't. So, anyway, 3rd and long. Fremont's got to recoup. Nice blocking. Oh, but unfortunately, he's going to be hit behind the line. Well, I tell you what.
Well, I'll say it all day. Angola gets the get the breaks when they needed it today so far. I mean, I'm telling you what, Fremont was driving.
Yeah.
That defense was on their heels a little bit, and then we had a mental breakdown.
Seems like things are going really well on the side of Angola so far.
Our defense played really well.
All breaks.
Able to come back and stop Fremont here on 3rd down, and we got punt coming up for the Eagles.
And there's Jordan. Nice kick. Gets a Fremont roll. He's going to take it at about the 10.
And he's got good field position. Now let him go because we don't want to get a late hit. You know, can't have any extra.
I believe that was Isaac Durham with the return. Yes, it was. So we got ourselves a 1st and 10 for Angola at the 28.
Now, as much as it pains me here, let's give a little positive to the Angola offense. As I said, you know, obviously, you know, we are home fans here as the broadcast team, except for Trent Lewis. He's homer for Angola.
That's right, baby.
But I do want to say it doesn't really matter what's happened as far as execution because they put the ball in the house. They put the ball in the end zone. So for everybody out there that says, hey, you know, we're looking at the scoreboard, we're just saying it hasn't been pretty.
Right.
It's been broken plays, but you know what? Sometimes I'd be rather lucky than good.
It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be effective.
And you don't have to be onside.
Rolling.
Wow.
Finally got a ball down at about the 40-yard line.
It appears.
Receiver There was a receiver wide open here, near side, without a defender, and none of the Eagles defenders caught it, and neither did the quarterback. Otherwise, Roddy would have had himself 6 points on that throw.
We've got a lot of controversy up here in the stands.
Yeah,
It appears that from the fan standpoint, obviously
Watch
we
the
are
holding,
unbiased
Zebra!
that refs seem to be looking the other way on some of these holding calls and offsides. But again, that's the fans' perspective, not our perspective.
Well, we're going to call that the end of the first quarter, and we'll take it to a commercial break. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first, Angola leads 12-0 and driving. You're watching 101 Lakes Network and Fremont Eagles Football.com.
Okay.
And we're back, folks.
It's the start of the second quarter. Angola leads Fremont 12-0. And they have the ball at their own 40. And so,
Wouldn't expect anything less than emotions to run high, especially with fans' perspective, players' perspective. You can't do that. But if those mental errors that's got to be fixed. And the hard count gets you. I think he had a hard count there.
Yep, he did.
Got the guys to jump.
Gotta watch that ball. What happens? You lull guys to sleep by calling it. You know, your cadence is the same way for 4, 5, 6 plays in a row.
Oh no, it's false start.
Oh, they're gonna say it was a straight.
Oh,
First penalty for Angola.
first penalty for Angola. Woo!
Keegan Canote was beating himself up a little bit, saying, "Gosh darn it, you know, I just gave 5 yards away." But actually, he got 5 yards.
Hard count worked against them. This is what you like to see starting out first and long. Motion. It's the give. No, he pitched it out. Wrap him up. Oh, missed tackle, block in the back. Big block in the back. It's coming back, folks. Let him go, just coming way back. That was a huge block in the back.
Number 1, Matt Boland with the carry, but that's going to be
Good job, number 1, Matt.
Laundry on the field. And the Hornets are going to be marched back even deeper.
Got flags on the play.
Back-to-back penalties for Angola.
That was a big block in the back.
Yep.
They must have heard you, Coach.
Angola had about a 12-yard carry, but happened right in front of them.
It was right in front of the referee.
There's no way
You can get away with that a lot of times.
Let's go!
Folks, there are times you can get away with that, but you can't get in front of it right in front of the stripes and pull that one. So, big breaks here for Angola. I mean, it is only 12-0. I mean, you think it's been more insurmountable because Angola offense has been able to score at will.
Let's put it this way, John. There's been some years past. When you go back to the mid early 2000s, there was a few years where 2 touchdowns was insurmountable in the second quarter. Let's be honest. So we've had some really good opportunities here. We just got to capitalize on that.
All right, here we go.
Some movement on that line. They're not steady.
That's going to be timeout because I think there's confusion. I think there's confusion on the offensive.
Yeah, play clock was running down, too.
Play clock run down. I think there's confusion in that backfield right now.
Want to take a break, Trent? We're going to take a quick break. You're watching 101 Lakes Network and Fremont Eagles Football.com.
Let's go, defense!
All right, folks, we're back. And
Coach Probst is in the house.
he is. Best athletic director in the NECC there, folks.
Smurfly right.
Absolutely.
Here we are, first down. You guys go here. 16.
Big delay. It's a give, and he hit immediately. And ran it down the
Bolden with the carry. Number 33.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Smacketh just got laid down in the backfield there. Love to see that. Big hard hits, introducing him to the turf here at McDizzle Fadizzle.
I'll tell you what, coaches,
They got to be fired up, getting those mental errors out of the way and getting dialed up, ready to play football. Again, hard count again. He's actually going to give it to Michael Warner. Go it. Yep. 1 yard.
Warner with the carry. Hunter Klein with the stop for Fremont.
Did you know he's a cyborg?
He is a cyborg. Hey, and since we're in the second period, I'm going to try and be more impartial. Impartiality rules here on FremontEaglesFootball.com.
Hashtag cyborg.
You ready, Hunter?
That's my prop.
Touchdown earlier, a 5-yard run, plunge.
You gotta love that kid, Michael Warner, 2'6".
Get it!
Oh, that's right. He's on the run. Hit
Baker and
Lit up.
on the stop.
Another holding.
Flag holding.
Boy, Angola's killing himself.
I think that was Michael Warner carrying the ball though.
Yeah, he did.
I do love that kid. But, you know, he bounced up, gave a little talk back, let him know.
That's 3 penalties on this drive, and I think good choice by Fremont. They're going to decline it.
Warner is a tough kid, and you know, I love the way he popped up. You know, I'm a Fremont fan, but I love the way he popped up and says, You might lay a smack on me, but I'm okay.
Well,
But it was a great hit.
Angola's just having a real tough time on this drive. They may be just say, let's hit the reset button and get it back, and we get it back. And looking at punt here on this play. It is 4th and he is going to get it, and it's a very
You want to get away from that ball.
kind of a dead duck punt there, and but it is going to be a decent kick. Ended up being about almost 30 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 Eagles at the 31-yard line. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching 101 Lakes Network and Fremont Eagles football.com.
Okay, we're back, folks. And again, what I was talking about first quarter, Angola stopped being able to move the ball at will, and it was the execution. It's the chemistry thing I was talking about. It was not a criticism of athletic talent.
No.
It was the chemistry factor. Fremont looking to capitalize on the drive that they had before. They had some good things going.
22, tackles 22. That's Charles Lanham, tackles
Hunter Jordan with the carry. Lanham
And
with the
actually,
stop.
no gain on the play. So 2nd and 10, 9:56 to go. John, we got some exciting college football to talk about a little bit at halftime.
Oh, yeah, Big Blue.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Purdue.
No,
Purdue and Central Michigan.
I'm talking about U of M being able to play the chicken dance at the end of their game again this year.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Notre Dame, who took them off the schedule.
That's right.
And we got to play the chicken dance in celebration. That caused some bad feelings between athletic directors at both schools.
That's true.
So Notre Dame went and signed Ohio State for a home and home
Yes, they did.
because they took offense.
Out of spite.
So,
Yep.
we have a timeout here, so
Let's keep it here. Let's
have a little friendly banter here. One of the things we look forward to this week is there's no volcanoes going to be affecting any
No
college.
volcanoes affecting Penn State and Central Florida this week in Ireland. That's true. So, hey, John, just want to point out something. One of the former Fremont football players, in fact, a former member of the 1,000-pound club, Dakota Bennett, he is at the University of Findlay. And get this kid is strong in his arms and body and also in his head. He is working at the medical research program at University of Findlay, and we just want to give him huge props. Dakota Bennett, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal academic.
Yes, one of the great linemen here at Fremont High School. Great family, solid kid, solid family, good character. I love to see that going on to that next level of learning. Because, folks, that's what football is all about. Football builds foundation for life. You've heard me say it many times. It's not about the game. It's about life. How hard can you get hit, get back up, and keep going? So here we go. And here come your Fremont Eagles here on 2nd and 1.
9:28 left here in the second quarter. Pelham's going to look, and he tries to throw, and he's got it.
It's going to be a fight.
He hit it in the last second by number 7, Gardner. Ooh, that was close. Wow, that was close.
But that's why you run that tip drill before practice. You saw it come up big for the Rose earlier in tip drill. It's always an essential thing to be able to do that. You never know. Once that ball's up in the air, you got to fight for it if you can get a hand on it.
Coach Andy Thomas, 0-2 in his first season in Angola. 90-69, though, in his 15th year total. His previous stints at Garrett and Culver Community. And now he's made his way over here. Certainly Andy Thomas can put a feather in his cap at Culver Community. Finished the big, long winning streak for Lafayette Central Catholic a couple years ago. Something like 30-some games and got the victory. So he certainly got some things to say there. And there's a throw, and is it kicked off?
No, it might be
No,
gone.
not
It's
kicked off.
incomplete. It hit the ground.
And hit the ground. And wow, that was close. I tell you what, Pelham's trying to make something out of nothing, but probably not the best time to throw
No,
the
sometimes
ball.
you just eat it. If you know you're going to have to punt, you just eat the ball.
Well,
You know, those things you learn as the season goes on.
Well, I think part of the thing, too, is that, several times today, Angola's had Fremont wrapped up in the backfield, and he's probably like, we got to get something positive. So I can't fault him for it, but at the same time, coaches got to say, in that case, just tough.
Yep. It's too bad these teams can't play last game of the season because you're still getting the chemistry deal worked out on both sides of the ball. Both teams. We got a little wrestling match here in the middle.
48, 46-yard line. So for, I believe that's
Our defense, let's get after it! Come on, Pete!
so it's going to be 9:06 left. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Fremont Eagles football and Angola Hornets football on 101 Lakes Network and FremontEaglesFootball.com.
Time to get on the slobber knocker again. For all that's happened, it's still only 12-point differential here. Fremont defense looking to lay a lick again as they did on the previous series.
Angola trying to crawl.
Angola motion, drops out, and no, it was a fake.
Oh, it was a fake.
We all bid on it.
I tell you what, they
still dropped behind the line. I tell you what, we bid on that fake how many times today?
Yeah.
He only got a yard.
He only got a yard, I tell you. That's a Barry Sanders run right there.
Minus making a 5-yard, it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been.
Red basket.
But certainly you've got to give the Hornets team props for effective fakes, at least on the broadcast crew.
That's Michael Warner, 2'6", doing a great job on the fakes. Oh, he's gonna.
He keeps it again.
Is going to be brought down. And
Now-
you see that a lot with the exchange. Roddy holds onto that ball
You
tightly.
do like to hold it. If you want to get it in and out as fast as you can. You want to get them to bite. The player comes over and holds it. The breadbasket fakes. You want it in and out.
Ball again.
And we've got a key play right here.
The fans come alive. The Fremont fans come alive. They know how important third down is. They get noisy in here. Goodness gracious.
Here we
Wow.
go. And 3rd and 6.
Oh!
And he somehow gets out of there, and he's going to be right. And number 51 team up on that one.
Wow, nothing doing.
Colin Book and Austin Maggart.
There was a flock of Eagles laying the smack it down on the offense there. You got to be proud of this Fremont defense. They have come together and gelled after that first couple series where Angola on broken plays was able to score at will, and that had to be a little frustrating because you're like, man, this is a broken play, and they're scoring. They've come together and gelled, and they have literally laid the smack down 2 series in a row.
Yep, 3
And it's
now.
going to be a
Oh,
fake.
he's going to fake it.
And he's got a hole, and he's got a first down.
Wow.
Got to be frustrated about that because nobody was looking for that. Great call by Angola. I got to give props to Angola
Definitely.
because I'm impartial. Props to the Angola staff there for making that call.
That's a call.
Very gutsy call because that could have been turned the game around. But I think, you know what, Angola, here's the thing I'll say about this. They have a lot of trust in their defense right now.
Yeah.
You know, they put a lot of trust in the defense. I think they felt like even if they would have come up short, their defense could have held too. It's really been a battle of defenses here in the second quarter.
Great game so far.
Roddy went to hand
Nice
off.
little fake.
Nobody was there.
He did a little thing. He just kind of juked some guys. He's like, I'm going to step this way. I'm going to step to the left, step to the right.
Several
Get some
Eagles in
yardage.
on the play, and
Roddy keeps the ball
33
again.
don't
Stop
have that
by
one on my
Garrett
roster
Zinn.
again. So I think we have an older roster. We have to try to get another one. Because, I think some of the numbers are different. Some of the players are different on our numbers. So we'll have to see if we can get an update on that later.
Time for the Eagles to buckle down on defense. I'm going to put the mic away here for a second so I give a little shout out. Come on, defense. Pin your ears back and get him.
Yeah, they're not right. There's several.
Get him up the gut.
Fumble. Roddy's got it.
Oh,
How does he do that? He is a magician, I'm telling you.
he's the Houdini of
My
the
goodness,
Took it
NECC.
off his toes.
What in the world?
With his feet. He grabbed it.
That was definitely Houdini.
Keeper, Jacob
Hey, that was
Baker.
Austin Holman, by the way. With the,
Wow.
Austin Holman with a fake punt.
And
He's
again,
got
folks,
himself
first down.
a
What a
future
huge play.
career
Fourth down.
as a magician. I don't know how in the
Fourth
world he
down.
comes up with that stuff.
and again, impartiality rules here on 101 Lakes
Roddy
Network.
turns
Third down 8.
nothing into something again.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Fremont defense smelling it. They are smelling it. They are on his tail. He's hearing footsteps now, folks.
Getting in his head.
There it is. He's got to wrap up.
Got to wrap him up, and he is going to be stopped short.
I'll tell you
You got to
what,
expect the Hornets are going to go for a 4th down.
if Fremont can wrap
Holman
up,
the carry for Angola.
they can shut them down. They have just got to learn to wrap up there.
Baker.
Harrington Baker with the tackle. I'd go for it. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you're
We
going to
got
go for
nothing to
it,
lose here.
if you're going to go for it on the fake, you're certainly not going to punt it here, especially when you're ahead 15 further yards.
They're going for it. This way, defense.
Oh, big momentum builder. This is going to be a momentum changer.
This could be a game changer, folks.
Huge play.
He's getting a hard count. He's getting a hard
Listen to
count.
this fan base.
Fan base is coming alive.
They're behind
Timeout.
All right, look at victory for the Fremont
That
fans.
is. That's where it should be. You know, one of the things we need to do here in Fremont is really have a coaching session of telling the fans when to get loud, because that's how it happens right
That
there.
is a perfect example of how
You
the
want
12th man
The
got
12 fans
involved
got to rise up.
and shut down the Hornets. And so we got to do that again, because that's the thing. They take a timeout to try to calm the 12th man down a little bit. Got to get him fired up again.
Absolutely. You know what? No matter what happens, having to burn a timeout is always a little mental victory in your cap if you're a defensive player right there.
Especially when they're at a premium with less than 5 minutes before halftime.
I think they were going to try and do a little hard count and get Fremont to jump. And then it was very, very interesting. Sometimes that comes to bite you too, because your own offensive line sometimes jumps on the hard count.
It looked like they're just going to call a timeout. They didn't even come up to the line or anything.
Yeah.
They're just kind of standing
Nope.
around.
Come on, defense! All right. Stop him! And so the crowd's
Crowd's
getting
going to
into
be
the
loud.
game.
Yeah,
4-3.
They're getting fired up.
Fire here up that next dizzle to dizzle.
The 12th man is in force. Roddy surveys the defense.
Looks
Try to
like
claw him offside.
Bring it heat, bring that wood.
He's gonna throw him. No, gets the throw off. It could be, and it's not complete. And Fremont will take over on those. The key play is the Eagle fly for the Eagles defense. Nice job.
Austin Holman had it in his
35.
hands. He dropped it. Holman had it in his hands. He dropped it.
And David took the rock in the sling and slew the giant on that one, folks.
Well, you know, you got
Love to see that.
I got to tell you, John, one thing that Angola is going to have to work on in the coming week here in practice is hands. Getting their hands on the ball. They've had trouble with
Absolutely.
holding the ball, trouble with fumbling the ball earlier, certainly the opening kickoff of the game. So that's going to be something they've got to work on. But
Now, essential, with 4:42 left, you need to have the offense come and have a big, long, sustained drive. It'd be nice to have points, but you're only down by 12.
yeah,
So go in, you'd like to take 4 minutes, 42 seconds for half the clock here with a long drive. Ground and pound, whatever you got to do, but keep it sustained. No turnovers here.
Nice fake.
there's a roll. And he's going to gain about maybe a yard on the play. We're going to have about 2nd and 9. Just want to remind fans out there, don't forget at halftime, we got the FremontEagles.com, Fremont Community Schools Students of the Week. Yeah, we'll be reporting on that. Got several students from all 3 buildings, John, we're going to be reporting on today, about a dozen or so. Really excited about that. Great things happening at the elementary level, the middle level, and the high level. Awesome.
Great things happen at Fremont Community Schools in general.
Indeed, indeed.
Top school,
4A, high school. Yep. There's a give, and that's number 20.
Nice.
Oh, good running.
Hey, we got extracurricular there. Hey, so you got guys grabbing, doing that?
Yeah.
44
You don't want to retaliate.
Yeah, we have.
That was all Angola.
It seems like it would be good to have, if you call it personal foul one way,
That
you
was
might
44
call it
holding
both
on
ways.
to 15.
So
You can hear the crowd there making the call.
You can actually hear the referee say, knock it off.
Yep, but you know what? It's interesting they didn't give a warning the first time when they had that. That's
Well,
what
the
you want
warning
to see.
comes after the penalty for Fremont, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now we're
That's
giving
tough.
warnings, which is just interesting.
That's tough for the coaching staff of Fremont to take, but here we go.
It is.
We got ourselves 3rd and 4. That was Hunter Iscari.
But here's what it comes down to. You got to be smart no matter what. It doesn't matter if the calls don't go your way or the bounces don't go your way. You got to be mentally smart.
Wait. We have a timeout? Yes, we do. Right at the last moment. Timeout. We're going to take a quick break with 3:09 left before halftime. You're watching 101 Lakes Network and Fremont Eagles football.
.com.
And we're back. In the crowd, we got Brock'em Sock'em. Brock Baker is here.
Yes, the Brock of Gibraltar's in the house,
Yes,
folks.
sir.
There
Yes,
he
sir.
is. good to see a lot of these alumni come back to support their team. And folks, we do have a slobber knocker on our hands here. It's only 12-0. Fremont has seemed to really turn it around this second quarter, and great things are happening. I tell you what, there's nothing better if you live in Fremont, Indiana, than to see a lay lick down on your biggest rival, the Angola Hornets. And I'm sure Angola is thinking the same thing.
Big key play. The crowd's got to get fired up here. 3rd and 3.
Here comes the crowd.
Here
They're
we
ready
go.
to go.
They're getting in it. And it's a give, and he's pushing and shoving, but he's only going to get about one of those.
Now we
3
got
yards.
a lot of extra. There's been a lot of interesting discussion out there between teammates.
Hunter Jordan
And
with
here's the
that
thing,
carry.
too, John. Sometimes when you're playing Angola against Fremont, sometimes some of those little fisticuffs are between cousins or between close friends.
Yeah, because, again, you live in the same county. You see these guys, and bragging rights for a whole season happen after this. So we've got players
guys,
shaking up.
Kyle Lowe just got struck where no man wants to get struck.
Oh.
Are we allowed to talk about that on the air?
Ouch. Where the sun don't shine?
Yes.
Ouch. Oh, my. Yeah, he's having a tough one.
It's a tough one. One of the things that we talk about, are we allowed to talk? When I was in school, they actually had a drill for that to make sure you're wearing all your protection. Can't do that today.
Ouch.
But yeah,
I don't think I'd want to be in that drill.
well, you had guys. No, they just had guys before the game. They throw the football and say, "Hey, make sure you're wearing everything you need to wear."
So Kyle Lowe having a little tough time right now. Trying to get his
And that is
stomach right.
devastating.
That hurts. That hurts.
Devastating. But I know he's going to be able to suck up. They've
All
got
right,
tough
the
kids.
Eagles here, 4th
Fremont's
and
got
1.
tough
A little
kids,
more
so.
than one. And the crowd's coming to life.
Oh,
And they're gonna
get
roll
rid of it.
out.
Get rid of it. He's going to have to get rid of it.
And he's going to be hit. Oh.
But it's going to be incomplete, so it moves the ball up a little bit. Could have been a big loss.
Yeah, it's going to be first down Angola at the Fremont 45 now with 2:21 left.
Fremont defense, you've got to hold them for 2 minutes, 21 seconds. You go into halftime, and you've got to be feeling really good about yourself about what's happening in the second half.
One of the things, this is my first start as a Fremont quarterback, John. And that's something that's going to come with time, is learning your timing, understanding just how much time you have the ball. If the guy is on your heel, you can't be then pulling your arm back to throw. You have to actually do a motion before that. So he'll get there. He'll get there. And that's number 11.
Oh, he's got a big old hole.
A huge hole. And finally brought down.
And there's the extra pushing I'm talking about, folks. You can see that. That's emotions carrying over.
Number 5, Braxton Baker.
All right, first down.
I get kind of excited
15 yards.
about some of those things. If you're Fremont defense, you have got to play smart here. You cannot retaliate.
Plenty of time left here.
Well, exactly.
There's all kinds of time, but
the last thing you want to see for a Fremont defender is another score, so they got to shut them down there.
I'd like to see a defensive score here.
A little run, roll some of that clock down.
A couple yards.
Warner with the carry.
Looks like
Hunter.
Angola's
And they
gonna
burn
send us-
timeouts, too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think they
shock
only have one left, I believe.
One
Only have
left,
one
all right.
timeout.
it wouldn't shock me right here if Angola tries to get that clock down inside a minute before they decide to throw the ball. Oh, we got
Warner,
ourselves
equipment timeout here.
2-6.
Warner having
2-6.
trouble with his.
It's not just
helmet.
emotion between the players. We got emotion up here in the broadcast booth with Trent Lewis being the Angola broadcaster and obviously Dr. K and I being the Fremont broadcasters.
Yeah.
So, this rivalry runs deep, folks, even up here in the stands.
Well, we haven't had any fisticuffs just yet up here in the booth, but you never know.
Jacob was trying to get into it. Jacob tried to jump out the window.
He was trying to come after
tried
us.
to
Yeah,
choke
he's
Dr.
actually a
K
very
out.
But he's a Prairie Heights kid, so we'll catch up.
Everyone's
with that rivalry
represented.
later. All right, here we go.
There's a big play.
2nd and 6. Roddy's going to keep it. He's going to be stuck.
He just got introduced to the turf again.
Sammy
John,
Burke, the freshman.
Sammy Burke with the freshman, big freshman.
Sammy Burke.
Sammy Burke is going to be a big one for Fremont for a long, long time.
Roddy
We
is
love
stopped
it.
by Sammy
that
Burke.
was a
And
particular
Nick
time in which
Rose.
his runner had clear path up the field and decided to keep it, and that probably was not the best decision on that particular play.
Minute 10, 3rd and 9.
Yep, 3rd and 9.
Minute 9. They've only got one timeout left because they had to burn one because the overwhelming crowd noise here at Max Mitchell.
I have the feeling Angola is going to be looking for something deep here very soon.
Yeah, I have
inside the
feelings to be
clock.
tossed on these next two plays.
It's a
There's the
pitch.
pitch out. Holding!
Oh!
And it's going to come way back. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Doesn't
matter. It's coming back. There was a hold.
Halfback pass.
He had all kinds of hold of his jersey. I tell you what, It was like he was trying to take his jersey to the dry cleaners. He had it all over. He was packing it, wrapping it, and sending it to the cleaner. Coming back.
Well, you know,
And you had to make that call. It was right in front of the official. You got to make that call.
now even though that was a holding, if I'm coaching the secondary there, I've got to be a little miffed that we didn't have guys in position guarding those guys because
You don't know which way that flag
like
got thrown.
Yeah.
If you're a player, you don't know which way the flag got thrown.
right.
You got to go all out 100%.
We got bailed out now. That's twice so far in the second quarter that Fremont's been bailed out by on a big play by a long penalty. So
Doesn't get any bigger than that penalty, but you almost had to hold him more.
yeah.
Oh, he would have been sacked.
Yeah.
And then time would have run me.
Yeah, so they would have given that anywhere near that.
Third down, 21, 50 seconds.
Third forever, you would think the secondary's got to be looking for a pass here. It doesn't hurt you at all if you're Angola, just to buff the ball on the field.
Robbie is going to be
And we are proud of our Fremont Eagles, folks. They have really had a great second quarter against this 4A school.
That's right, it's 3 drives in a row that Fremont stopped them.
now.
Even after the 4th down conversion.
Absolutely.
Fremont is not going to stop the clock. They're going to allow the clock to roll.
And that's what you should
Just take it
do.
into halftime. Well, after the punt, of course.
Yep.
So Fremont gets the ball.
Yeah, you can always run one back, but then
Fremont
just
gets
take
the
it.
ball at the second half. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
They
all
deferred. So it's all momentum Fremont right here, even though they're down 12. We are proud of our Fremont Eagles, folks.
There's a 3-second differential. They make
They're going to have to hike it.
They will.
No, they got to call a timeout in their last fight.
Yep.
Timeout. So there'll be one more play.
So 3.8 seconds.
If you're a Fremont fan, you have got to be jacked out of your mind right now because you're only down by 12. The defense has totally been shutting down the offense. The only times they scored have been on broken plays, which again, it's okay. I'll take a score any day on any play. But I'm saying as a defender, you got to be happy with that. Say, hey, they scored on us, but it wasn't, it was a broken play both times.
You know, that's the thing here, John. Even though, for the most part, the momentum has been slightly in Angola's favor throughout the whole game, it only takes 2 plays. I mean, 2, and Fremont is in the lead.
And a defensive play. You get a defensive
Right.
score. I'm not so sure that won't happen this game. I'm going to call it right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it in the first half. The Fremont defense will score before this game's over. That's my stone cold lead pipe lock of the game.
week. Of the century of
Absolutely.
the week.
Call it. It's it. There ain't any more to say about it. It's
There's nothing
It's
to
done.
say. We're done.
It's a lot.
It's over. It's a lot.
4th and 29.
Okay, and then you hear
3.8
Trent Lewis.
Trent, what was that?
4th and 29.
4th and 29. 3.8 seconds.
3.8 seconds.
Do the conversion. That's almost a mile.
The voice of the 101 Lakes Network and also the general manager and head coach of the Oracles there.
Yes, indeed. Fantasy football.
The Oracles.
Defending
Oh, the
champions.
fake!
And it's a throw.
And he's going to be nailed!
Nice job. Number 21. I believe that's Eichler.
It's in the half.
And
fellas.
let's look at the heads here. Here's why I like to measure things. Look at the heads of the Fremont Eagles. It's all up. If you look at the Hornets, they're just a little bit thinking, wow, what has
A
happened
little
here?
rattled there.
They are rattled and shadowed.
That 4A
They
program
have the lead, though. It's
shaking
one
up. They do
They've
have
got
the lead.
the lead,
That's right. That's
But if
right.
you're a Fremont Eagle, you got to be feeling pretty good because you're taking on a 4A school and you're holding your own. And on defense, you're bringing it.
There's something going on here in the middle. They're talking. I think both teams.
Tell them to settle
captains,
down.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening there.
Yep. They're going to say, hey, quit the extracurricular, chill out, or we're going to start throwing the flag.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a break here. We'll come back with our halftime report in a few minutes. You're watching one of the Lakes Network coverage of Fremont Eagles football and Angola Hornets football, also on Fremont Eagles football.
RollingLakeNetwork.com.
101 late now. Damn.
So when Hunter makes a stop, then that was declined.
All right, we are
When Hunter makes a stop, that was declined. Get it? Cline?
What
Decline.
makes me mad is we got that personal foul down there.
All right.
Did we catch any of that other stuff?
I don't know how much it was going on.
All right, we'll start over. All right. All right, folks, we are back. It's halftime, and Angola leads Fremont 12-0 on the 101 Ladies Network, FremontEaglesFootball.com game of the week. And here at halftime, we're going to give some props out to the FremontEagles.com, Fremont Community Schools, Students of the Week. We'll start her off with Dylan Parsons. Mrs. Baker says he was one great effort in class. Zachary Kika, he's a hard worker and a great leader in Mrs. Patterson's class. Paige Baker, wonderful leader who gives such a great example of Mrs. Northman's class. Emma Greger and Aiden Burns, Mrs. Mary says both are very hard workers and nice to others.
And I've got Jackson Foster, nominated by Mrs. Driver as hard work and dedication. Who can forget Caitlin Feet? Mrs. Gilbert gives her a high five for her class and numbers. And then Deanna Cox and Samantha Coon, the 7th grade teachers, love the efforts that each one of these two give daily. Cole Thomas, Madison Gibson, and Leanne Whitaker all major kudos in math from me.
I'll tell you what, Breanne Whitaker is one of the great people at Fremont. So nice to other people, just a great kid. I love having her class. Of course, so many of these high school kids I've had in class, and it's great to hear their names once again doing some great things over there. Well, John, we're going to talk a little bit about some Michigan and Notre Dame football here in a little bit as we continue our broadcast.
As the broadcast continues, because you are listening to the most electrifying broadcast in all of high school football. We're getting ready to batten down the hatches for the second half of this Slobberknocker for the Steuben County Championship belt, as the Fremont Eagles have really got the momentum rocking and rolling here in the second half, even though they're down by 12. And they get the ball back because they deferred. This is going to be huge.
This is going to be huge for Fremont. Now you got to watch out, though. Angola already showed a little bit of preparation earlier, and certainly are capable of doing it again.
And so you got to be looking for it.
Yeah,
you
that
got to have
line.
your hands team up front.
The front five know it's coming. They got to be ready for it, just in case.
And if you're a lineman up on the front five, don't try and pick up the ball and run. Just fall on. That's every lineman's dream. That's what I remember I was, man. I was a lineman. You want to pick that ball and run? Nope, fall down.
And there's the kick, and Laskowiak's going to take it at about the 18. He's going to bobble it a little bit, picks it back up.
A little shake and bake.
Tries to move and groove, and he will get a little bit further ahead. He's going to get out to the 29-yard line. Nice job for Laskowiak. Great job. Laskowiak, John, the heir apparent to Beatty Juice, coming in, stepping up, doing some great things for the Eagles.
Yes, Nate Beatty Juice is back from Indianapolis here supporting his hometown Eagles, as well as the Brock of Gibraltar is also in the house.
And I saw Nick Herndon in the house.
Nick Herndon in the house.
Great to see him.
Absolutely.
We got ourselves a 1st and 10.
As well as Superman coming up the steps here, the Grand Marshal of the parade this year.
The man with the plan.
The man with the plan. Our Grand Marshal on the parade yesterday.
That's
great
right.
to see that. All right, Fremont's getting ready to rock and roll here. 1st and 10 to kick off this second half.
Call is Cobra.
Calls Cobra for the defense.
Little run and a little, good
pile's
3
moving.
yards.
That's
3
all you
yards
got to
in
do.
a cloud of dust. So we got ourselves a 2nd and 7. In between plays here, kind of throw a few things out here. Want to let folks know that Prairie Heights and Lakeland, both teams 0-2. They are playing tonight at 7 o'clock.
Night game? Yep, for high school football.
Yep. The last time the Panthers beat the Lakers was 21-20 in overtime back in 2003, a streak of 9 straight losses for the Prairie Heights team. And guess what, John? This is the first time Lakeland's been 0-2 in 13 years.
Yeah, crazy.
They've had some great streaks, so I'm sure they'll bounce back. Bobble. He's trying to follow his back, and he's got a hole. Nice job. He keeps moving, and that first down. Nice job.
Interception, landing on, get off.
Yep.
There you go.
And that's the team effort that the Eagles team here. Excellent job. Cole Applegate runs off the sideline for a moment. He's got a little bit of a little bloody finger there. He'll be back in just a moment. Big 77 doing his part for the Eagles. Also big game tonight.
Yeah, this is a game you got to dial up. You got to dig deep, have intestinal fortitude.
Indeed. Garrett and Busco, their first NECC meeting in years. And both teams 1-1. So that should be a good one here later today also. 1st and 10 Eagles. That's going to be number 22, who's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. That was Hunter Jordan. And that's going to make it now.
Oh, T-Garden's going to celebrate
there. T-Garden, my goodness. They got him listed as 255, Trent. I'm thinking it's probably more like 260, 270. What do you think?
Yeah, that's all muscle there, boys.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy there, 68.
He's had his hungry man meals, a few of those.
Nothing wrong with that.
And speaking, nothing wrong with that. How about the pork burgers here at Fremont?
Pork burgers outstanding. You got to go with a double.
They have to.
Make it a double, folks.
Got to go a double. A little bit of that barbecue sauce, a little bit of those pickles. Oh, goodness gracious.
So it's going to bring up second and long.
Yes, sir. Oh, we
And
got
we've got
ourselves.
to stop at your play here. Timeout Fremont.
All right, we're going to keep it here. We got a few other things we want to talk about here that we didn't get a chance to at halftime. Middle school football, John, the Fremont middle school team lost to Fairfield on Tuesday, 47. But I tell you what, the score was not indicative of how hard the kids played. There was a huge 30-yard touchdown pass from Dawson Jameson and Tanner Bayfeld that really set the tone for the team in the second quarter. And so, got a lot of great things coming up for the Eagles, and certainly coming up Wednesday night. Angola and Fremont at Angola. Wednesday night should be a great one. Middle school football. Chance to see the future stars from both teams.
Middle school slobber knocker, future stars game. You want to be all about that, as well as Coach K.
I think that one's going to be on. That's going to be on number one, 101 Lakes Network, the Ocho. That's going to be on the Ocho.
101 You know what? You know what time.
You know what time it is.
The Ocho's off.
Interesting note, John. How about this? For the first time in maybe decades, no teams, not one team in the NECC is 2-0.
Yeah, it's really been bizarro world in the NECC as far as records and.
It shows it's anybody's league right now. That's good news. Tel-All looks and he's got a man wide open. He's complete one man to beat.
And that was a great play call. He was wide open, and then good job holding on to the ball, not allowing a strip. You know, when you try and get those extra yards, when you get the yak yards after catch, you know, did a great job of not letting it get stripped. Great job by the Fremont Eagles.
Big tight end, Brandon Coon. 6'4" with the huge hands. 200. He's a sophomore. Look at this kid. 2 more years plus.
He's a hoss. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to be movement. Did a little hard count there, but looks like his offensive line jumped there a little bit on the hard count. You don't want to make those mental errors. I mean, those things are drive killers, so you got to make up for it. Now,
They've had a couple of those tonight.
here's the thing. If you're a lineman, you are going to just dial in. If you made that mistake, and just go all much harder in the next play because you know you got to make up for it. Now, one thing that's strange, we talk about bizarro world in the NECC. This is what's crazy this year. 2 out of Fremont's 3 games this year have been during the day. On Saturdays.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty wild. I was
What are
talking
the
to Coach
chances of that?
Talking to Coach Hummer last night, I said, boy, I tell you, it's like you're a college coach. You're playing all your home games on Saturdays.
Crazy.
Got a little chuckle out of Coach last night.
Chuckle time.
Chuckle time. There's a 1st and 15 game. Big number 2.
Good job.
Laskowiak on the carry.
Hunter Laskowiak,
Atlanta
sorry.
with the stop.
John, 3-6.
Got to keep those legs burning and churning. Ground and pound, baby. Ground and pound. That's the name of the game. Right here, if you're Fremont Eagles, what you want to do is you want to get on this drive, you want to come and punch them right in the mouth with some smash mouth football. That's how the game's played. That's how the game's won.
I want to give a big shout out to our 101 Lakes Network sponsors, Festa, The Shop, Powers Automotive, Not Too Shabby, Mitchell's Menswear, and Irish Arts.
Hey, if you ever got a wedding, you go down to Mitchell's Menswear. I got measured there for a tux. It's awesome.
They do the job.
Nice ground and pound there on second down.
I think that just proves you got the bod, he can do the job.
Right.
Is that how it goes? Just make sure that you can get fitted. If you can fit John Bruner, you can fit anybody.
Braxton Bacon, ball carrier.
Eye parts.
Evans and
That's
Urbina.
not a fat joke. That's an arm joke. That's a
It
bicep
doesn't
joke.
matter. I take it. I'll take it as a fat joke. It's all good. All good for eye parts too, dude. If your phone's broke, his skills are dope.
Oh. Who writes this stuff?
Dropping some sweet rhymes.
Sweet rhymes.
You got the time, we got the rhyme. Oh my.
You know what time it
You know
is.
what time
Cut it out.
it is.
101 Lakes Network. You know what time it is.
3rd and 10 and a half.
Here we go, folks.
Tell them.
Hard count again. Nobody jumps.
Yes,
Big
yes,
hole.
now.
Gonna drive. Close down quickly. And you got to go here.
That's going to be 4th and 7, 4th and 8. Looks like.
But no matter what, this has been an emotional win right here by getting the sustained drive.
With the stop for Angola.
This shows you can move the ball. In your mind, you're thinking, hey, we can move the ball. We can get something going here.
Indeed.
It's 4th and long, but I think they'll probably going to go for it just because what do you have to lose?
Well, here it is. I
A
mean,
good
you're on,
position in the field.
It's the 36-yard line. I mean, I can't see a scenario.
Punt may
where
roll
they
into
punt.
the end zone.
Yeah, you don't even want to do that. I mean, that ends up being a 16-yard punt. You don't want to do that. So, yeah, they're definitely lining up here.
You're going to roll the dice here, and it's not really that big of a gamble at all.
Full Applegate anchoring that line.
You can hear the Fremont faithful cheering on their
There we go.
crowd.
Eagle fans are fired up here. The volume's getting loud. 4th and 8. He's going to roll.
He's got time. He's got to
roll.
go.
He's got to throw. And it's over
Overthrows.
the head. Big number 33. 33 saying, she got a flag there, but you know, I don't think so. It was just good
Yeah,
defense.
tell him shaking up a little bit. He's going to get up after that. He got a lick laid on him.
Little lick. Well, I tell you what, great play call. Just didn't work out this time. But I tell you, the Eagles, as the season
I like the
progresses,
play call.
yeah, that season progresses. They'll get everything clicking. The timing will be right. And we saw the results earlier with that pass from Pelham to Kuhn. They can do it.
Now you got to be looking for a defensive score. I think really that's
I agree with you,
what
John.
needs to happen here.
The difference maker is going to be the defense. Got to make something happen.
And we know it's going to see what kind of offense are we going to see the Angola Hornets come out with. The one that was the first quarter or the second quarter?
Get ball!
And wrapped up and about a gain of 3 or so. I believe that's Roddy again.
Yep, already kept it
Rodney
away.
tackled on the play by Yarrington.
Big number 11. The magician.
Houdini.
Guys, watch the
Houdini.
ball!
All right, want to give a shout out to the cross country team as they run. As of this moment, they're running the Manchester Invitational, both boys and girls teams. So I'll give them a high five. We know that Coach Castillo has those teams running well. 2nd and 6. He's going to take it himself again, calls his own number. There you go. About 4th, and now we got ourselves 3rd and about 1, it looks like.
You need to make a big stop
Rodney
here, folks.
keeps. Stop by Merrick.
All right, the Fremont fans know this is a big 3rd down play. It's going to get loud up here on Max Dizzle for Dizzle. Come on, folks. 3rd down, let's go. There it goes. Hands are going coaching. There we go. Good job.
Have the first down.
Fremont ball.
Down, Hornets.
Wow, we got a. I'm gonna put the mic away here.
Y'all missed the holding,
What the Fremont fans thought was obvious is that it was a fumble, but they're going to say ground calls the fumble.
Yeah, I think
Trent
that's
saw
what
it a different
happened.
way.
Yeah, that's definitely ground calls a fumble. Way down, he hit the ground and fumbled it, but that's too bad for Fremont, I guess.
There's Trent again with the homer stuff, even though we're unbiased, Kevin.
Yeah, Trent tends to be a homer. He can't see that was a fumble. I didn't actually see the play. I just saw Fremont kids cover the ball, and that's what it is. What it is.
Oh, it is what it is. Well, we got ourselves a second, too. Nice big 8-yard game there by Angola.
All I know is that Fremont guys camp at the ball. Red jersey. I didn't see whether the ground called it or not.
8-yard carry.
All right, you got to dial in here, Fremont defense. You can't get down. You got to stay up.
Big D getting in position.
You really need a score here for Fremont on a
Showing
defensive
blitz.
play.
Roddy Peach gets stuck.
Oh, nice spin
He
move.
will have the first down by about a half a yard, but he took a whip.
Rodney keeps the ball again. Stopped by Jacob Baker.
First down.
First down, Eagles.
And Trent has a cheering that first down in the background. I don't know if you heard that. Go ahead, give him the mic for that. For our Angola
I've
fans
got
out
a
there.
mic. It's up here.
Oh, you got a mic.
Oh, you
up
got a
there.
mic now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
We got you. We're picking up what you're laying down. Oh, my. Big first down here. Roddy
Okay,
gets in
you know,
position.
and he is a track star. So that's partly his running style you see
Yeah.
at number 11.
Big 2-6.
2-6. Brought down the authority. Is essential,
Braxton
folks.
Baker
I cannot say how
returns the ball.
critical
Stopped by
it is.
The boys tennis team fell to Angola. Oh, we hate hearing that. 3-2. It was 3-2 though. Tight affair there. Senior Blake Trusty won his match in straight sets for the Eagles. Good job.
And here we go. This is a central drive.
Nice hole.
Ball moving.
Looks like a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. So we're going to have 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8.
At some point, you got to be looking for the big play if you're
Hunter
Fremont.
Jordan with
Indeed.
the
We need something big,
Evans
big to
with the
happen.
stop.
Especially before the end of the quarter. You got 2:25 to really make something happen to give your team that emotional lift going into the third quarter.
While Fremont gets this play called in, one other Fremont sport to broadcast about here, the volleyball team played Garrett on Thursday, fell in 3 games, but took them to the limit, John. The Railroaders in game 3 went 25-22. Very close matchup there at the end for the Eagles, Lady Eagles. Great job. 2nd and 8. And hit behind the line.
Have some blocking out there.
Oh, my goodness gravy.
I see a lot of white jerseys
Yep.
getting beyond penetration. Or we've got to have
Got to get the line, the hog mollies to step up.
Random with the stop
both ways.
Yep.
on Lascowia.
But that's the way it goes. You got to dig
Yeah.
deep, have intestinal fortitude to make something happen.
Indeed. You know, some of the tough thing for Fremont right now is just the sheer numbers. 27 on the roster. And Coach Hummer, as we talked about in games past, has a goal to get 5 new players on the team each year. And once we can get our numbers up into the 40s and 50s, now you can start to see some things really happen with this program. So far, very pleased with the efforts of Coach Hummer, Coach Brandenburg to make some things happen and get some organization here with the Eagles. Big hit, big throw, and knocked away at the last moment. Good defense there by number 5, Greg Miller. That was junior Greg Miller, and that's going to be Hunter Jordan. A little slow to get up there. 4th down.
Really, you find out what you're made of in games like this. Yes, you're outnumbered. Yes, you're outsized, but you got to dig
Yep.
deep and say, we can do this thing. That's got to be the message. I'm sure Coach Hummer is giving them attitude to everything.
Absolutely.
Persistence, heart, and desire will beat size and talent any day
Absolutely.
in high school football.
Isaac Durham is back to receive the kick. It's a wobbler. It's going to die at about the 34-yard line, and Cole Applegate will stop that one. And we got ourselves another flag for a little extracurricular stuff here. Uh-oh. I believe someone has been ejected. Reed Evans, the big senior, has been ejected.
All game long.
Number 44, he's a senior, 6'4", 200 tight end linebacker, and he has just been ejected.
He's going to have to hit the showers.
Wow.
Let's go defense!
They didn't put the eject sign, but they did.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, I thought you got
point him to the
ejected.
sideline. I didn't see him.
Yeah, the coach is talking to him. Or the referee is talking to the sideline.
Got him back deep, let's get him!
well, yeah, I don't see an indication.
He's not ejected.
Okay, yeah.
They were just told him just to go back to your sideline kind of thing.
That's kind of, yeah.
But he's had a little extracurricular all game.
Right.
This thing, you got to settle him down to the coach.
And maybe that's,
From either team. I'm not.
well, I was going to say, yeah, both teams, it's an emotionally charged game, and I'm sure it was just like, look, you need to go to the sideline for a minute, get to your coach. Exactly.
You're not hurting the other player.
Yep,
Trust me,
exactly.
You hit somebody with that face mask, it hurts your hand a lot more than it's hurting
Yeah.
the player.
Yeah.
You're just hurting your team.
All right, 1st and 10. Angola is back inside their own 20, and he's going to call his own number, and he's going to be,
And there goes the extra.
boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Stopped by Hunter Klein.
Appears like there's always seems to be a little extra something after the whistle.
A little extra something, something. A little extra sauce going on there.
It's been hurting both teams.
It has been.
Absolutely, that's what I said. It's cost Fremont a huge drive first half. Massive drive. It was really a game changer in my opinion.
Yeah.
Watch the ball!
2nd and 9. Roddy. He is going to throw on a screen,
Good block though.
and he's got some blocking, and he's going to be a gain of about 3.
That's what happens. You get
Good.
pressure.
Yep.
You have
Roddy's
good blocking
pass
once they
complete to
get that
Bolin.
connection made.
Yep.
Stopped by
Last play of the
Eichler.
quarter.
Number 1, Bolin.
Yep. You got 3 seconds. That's going to bring us to the quarter, folks.
And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to keep it right here. Talk a little bit here as we go into the third quarter. John, the NFL started last night with, or a couple nights ago, excuse me, with Green Bay and Seattle. And I tell you what, Sherman, the Shermanator, not one pass thrown his way.
That's what you get when you throw it near Richard Sherman. Now, here's the thing about that game. It's funny that everybody's on the Seahawks bandwagon now. Everybody's a Seahawks fan all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, their game is pretty. I mean, you have to admit that. They do play a really good game, and the thing is, that team may be together for a long, long time. Lots of young players on that squad. This could be a dynasty if everything works out well.
First game of the year, but here's what was crazy. I felt like they looked better there than they did at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They're playing this well on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Again, Green Bay was not what the normal Green Bay has been. They've
No.
got some problems on the line, some other issues, but it was great to also see Lions' divisional foe.
Right. We always like that.
We always like that 'cause
Yep.
it's always good for the Lions when that happens when the Packers lose.
Well, I tell you what, Aaron Rodgers was made to look very pedestrian by the Seahawks. That's for sure.
Here's the thing. You think you take a chance Richard Sherman's way. Like, you think, dude, you're top echelon of the NFL.
Yeah.
You think you make that toss, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, we got Buffalo at Chicago Sunday. Cleveland at Pittsburgh, another great rivalry game. Indianapolis at Denver on Sunday night. That'll be a huge one, and we'll talk about the Lions in a few moments here. Third down, big key play for the defense.
Crowd comes alive.
And it's a rollout. He's going to be wrapped up. Big hit! Oh, my goodness! Oh, no thank you.
Maggart.
That's big Austin Maggart, the senior. Nice job. And the the Hornets are going to be forced to punt.
And all the Ric Flair fans in the crowd said,
Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's what we're talking about. He just got lit up in the background, wrestled down, rodeoed up, hog-tied, and introduced to the turf, folks. That's what we like to see.
That's big 5'1" right there, the senior. Big 5'1", Austin Maggart.
All right, here we go.
Fourth down play. Clock
gotta
roll,
be
and they're going to
smart
have to
here.
call
You
a
know,
timeout
Angola's
here,
going
or
to
they're going to snap it quickly.
pull out all
They're going for it.
They're going to go.
Oh, no, they're all right. There we go. It's going to be wobble. It did look like a little trickeration for the moment.
Away from that punt. There you go.
And a decent kick, and that's going to – but Fremont will have possession inside the Angola side of the field. When we come back, you're watching 101 Lakes Network, Channel 20, Fremont Eagles football.
Fremont Eagles, a little momentum going their way here.
First down inside the Angola side of the field. It's going to be about the 47, about a 2-yard gain for the Eagles on the ground and pound, 2nd and 8. John, the New York Giants are at Detroit Monday night, 7 o'clock on ESPN.
Yes, Ford Field will be rocking Monday night for Monday Night Football.
Dun, 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 dun. Boom, boom, boom,
Matt
boom.
Stafford and the Detroit Lions put a lick on the New York Giants. New York Giants ain't what they used to be, brother.
I'm going to tell you right now, here's my prediction. As Ditka would say, 411 to -16. Detroit Lions are going to win this one.
Plus, Dominican Sue makes a score.
Indeed. And Stafford to CJ about 5 times.
Absolutely. I'll make it try. What we got
And got a little timeout here. And, John, for the first time, the Lions are hosting at the opening Monday Night Football game. First time since 1971.
We have an important
Before I was born, John.
announcement.
It's been a while.
I'm a young
Hot
pup.
dogs are
Don't you know?
50 cents in the
Whoa!
concession stand.
Oh, hot dogs are 50 cents.
50 cents.
That's big news.
If you're at home, drive
Wow.
over to Central, 50 cent hot
If
dog.
you're watching this game on your smartphone, you need to get up to the stands quickly. Look at these kids run, John.
50 cent hot dog.
Wow. Detroit won, by the way, that 1971 game, if you were scoring at home, against the Purple People Eaters 16-13. Excuse me, the Purple People Eaters beat the Lions 16-13 on that Monday night game in Detroit back years ago. Were they playing at Tiger Stadium back then? Where was that?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that was
Might have been the first year in the Silver Bowl, maybe.
might have been. I'm not sure. I have to go back. I gotta have to go back and double check that.
People eaters, all I think about is Teletubbies. Teletubbies.
Oh my goodness. I want to say,
Talking
John,
about Minnesota, so nobody
that
will get offended
that
by
would be not the first thing that popped into my head.
La la, tinky winky.
All right, let's get back to some. Let's get back to the game.
You
Second and 8.
101 Lakes Network. Second down.
Got a guy lined up. Looks like he's lined up off sides for Angola there, but no signal yet.
He's got time to drop back.
He's going to run. He's going to run. He's trying to squeeze away. He's trying to find a man. He's going to throw it across. Oh, almost picked off. And that was number 6, Dustin Osos, with the almost pickoff there, almost interception. Number 6, great job in coverage. Believe we're trying to hit Laskowiak.
Use their head. You can hear the sidelines telling them because if you retaliate, you're the one getting the flag.
3rd and 8, big key play coming up here for the offense. Trine and Manchester played.
How'd that turn out?
I don't know. It was supposed to be last night, but I believe it probably got wiped out by weather as well.
7-7 at the end of the first quarter.
Okay, 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. And then a weather delay. Most likely they were rained out, maybe playing, finishing up today. We'll have to check in on that maybe later, see how that works out.
All right, this is huge, folks. This is a
Big 3rd down, key play for the offense. He's going to look to throw. He's got some blocking, but he's going to have to make that throw quick. He's going to try to take it himself, and he's not going to make it, John. He's going to be just short, but an excellent effort. Excellent effort there is going to make it 4th and 2.
Gotta go. We gotta score on this drive.
Number 7, Simon Gardner with the stop, the first down saving stop. Nice job there on closing the gap.
Boy, I just wonder what this game would have been like in the rain last night.
Oh, my goodness.
I really think
That would have definitely been a slobber knocker.
it really would have been.
All right, here we go.
4th down or 2. Crowd's gotta get up here, folks.
Crowd's getting fired up. Here we go. 4th down, big key play here. It's going to be to Laskowiak trying to find a hole, and he's going to get it. And he's going to get it. Wow. What a run. Couldn't find anything left, couldn't find anything right. Finally squeezes through for the first down. Nice job. First down, Eagles.
They die there. That's what you want to see. Never quit.
Woo.
Always looking, never stop. When one hole closes, another one opens.
1st and 10, the ball's at the 34. Clock
9:07
rolling,
left.
9 minutes almost left here in the 4th quarter. Eagles are going to have to put some points on the board pretty quickly here. Maybe have to take some risks. Nice run by Jordan. Gain of 5.
So
Hunter Jordan
the game,
with
you're
the
going to have to
carry
get that
for
air
Fremont.
game going just because of the clock.
Yep.
Because those
Hunter
passes
with the
stop the
stop
clock.
by
You just
Angola.
got to give them
Right.
time. The line's going to have to block. They're going to have to dig deep.
I mean, you can score 3 touchdowns in less than 9 minutes, but you're going to have to put the ball in the air at some
You have to
point.
because it stops the clock every time you drop
Yep.
it. I mean, so you got to. These runs are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm a run guy.
Definitely. Excellent run. You
8
get
minutes left.
5 yards and each time. That's a good average. 2nd and 5. Give to Laskowiak. Trying to pop through some things. He's going to be stopped up. And the pile moves, keeps on moving. It's going to be close. It'll actually be about a yard short of the first down. So 3rd and 1, but the clock is still moving.
Medina with the stop.
I'm looking for opening right after this first down.
Yeah, you almost think that you're trying to keep the quarterback's arm strength in mind at this point.
Yep.
And you want to try to get to a point where you can get the ball down there for a touchdown potential. 7:51 and rolling here.
Angola's going to ground and pound.
Yep.
When they get the ball back.
Want to give a big thanks to our FremontEaglesFootball.com sponsors in just a moment here. 3rd and 1. Up the middle, and he's got a hole! He's in the secondary! He's at the 5, the 3!
Now you just punch it in.
Excuse me,
Now you just
sorry, I had a bad angle. He's at the 5 now. I thought that was a touchdown. Brick-a-bracks, Braxton Baker. First down, Eagles, and goal.
How many timeouts do we have left?
I believe we have 2.
2.
I believe there's 2.
Is gonna become
Yep,
everything
definitely.
after the score.
The FremontEaglesFootball.com sponsors Charlie Spider Fighters, Goatee Web Solutions, Powers Automotive, Musson Builders, Submit Strength Equipment, and the Computer Station. 1st and goal, 5 yards to go. A give, Laskowiak, huge hole, touchdown, Eagles! 5-yard scamper from Wrestler Leskow. At Wrestler Leskow. Nice job.
Carry for Fremont.
And the gap is closing, folks.
All right, now here's the thing, John. 2-point conversion?
I go for 2 because it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah,
What's it hurt you?
it doesn't. Because here's the thing, you get a 2-point conversion, score, get another 2 points. Now all you need is a field goal to win.
Absolutely.
So, see how this goes.
Take the 2 here. They've missed 3 in a row. So you can always make it up.
Yep.
You can always tie it.
After this point, we'll take a break. Going for 2. It's a give to Jordan, and he's going to be short. Comes down short, slipped on the turf a little bit. So with 7:17 left in the fourth quarter, Fremont making a game of it. Angola leads 18-6. You're watching 101 Lakes Network, Channel 20, and Fremont Eagles football. The every Saturday noon test, but I think that's the fire, or that's the siren signaling that the Eagles are coming back. We got ourselves 7:17 left in the fourth quarter. And, excuse me, folks, my voice is kind of going away, getting a little excited here. Bricka Braxton Baker. And the ball rolls right off that tee. Little wind picked up there. Must have hit the jet stream. Want to give a big shout again to our 101 Lakes Network sponsors, Vestal, The Shop, Powers Automotive, Not Too Shabby, Mitchell's Menswear, and iParts Guys.
I think we're back. Check.
Yes, sir. Here's the kick.
Okay, we got sound back.
And it's a little poocher. Oh, good. Nice play by the Angola player. Went right into his paws there.
You got to take every chance.
The hands team. And that was Sam Frederick, a 5'10", 150 sophomore. Comes in on special teams duty, and you know what? That's going to be a big pat on the helmet for him by the coaching staff. That's going to earn himself some extra playing time as the season progresses. Good job for Sam. Yeah.
Put your helmet on the ball, put your helmet on the forearm, club it out, strip it out, whatever you got to do, you've got to force a turnover here.
Get the point of your helmet there on that ball. 1st and 10. Pistol. Roddy.
He's going to take his time.
Taking his time here, but the clock's down under 5 seconds, so he's got to snap it. And it's a give to 2-6. And he squeezes past one guy and about 3 yards on the carry.
Warner with the carry. Nick LaRose with the tackle.
Yep.
You're going to keep on the ground, but you got to go 3 and out here. You've got
Absolutely.
To go 3 and out.
Central Michigan at Purdue today.
That's a win for the Chips.
I believe you're right, John. I believe you're right. Both teams 1-0 against some inferior competition, but I believe that Central Michigan will pull it out to the Chips. I'm going to predict a 21-20 victory.
Here we go. 2nd and 7. Huge play here. Again, taking their time, milking the clock.
And he's going to be wrapped up and a big sack. Nice job. That's 44.
Hunter Klein with the sack.
He was declined, baby. We've been waiting to say that all game. He was declined. Woo!
He got declotted by decline.
We got to give props to Amy Jo Bruni. That's at Amy Jo Bruni.
Amy came up with decline.
On your Twitter dial.
She gave you a little fist bump.
The fist bump there. Big 3rd down play.
Wow. Did Angola ever think they'd be in this kind of fight today? You would think the crowd would be into it.
There we go. Big key 3rd down play. Let's hear it from the crowd.
You think Fremont crowd would be into it?
Oh, and Angola's going to call a timeout. Must have been the 12th man. Must have been the 12th man.
Announcer come on and talk about we need to make noise. Again, you got to be coached about that home field advantage.
We'll work on that as time progresses here. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's take a look at a little bit of other action in the world of college football. How about Missouri, number 24, at Toledo right down the road today. That game also just underway, just like Central Michigan, Purdue. VMI at Bowling Green, Ball State at Iowa. Eastern Michigan at Florida. We're working for the Eagles on that one.
Playing on the gray field today.
Nope, not on the gray field. That's pretty awesome, though, that the Eagles have the gray field. You got to check that out. Look it up. Google it. Big one tonight, Michigan State at Oregon, number 7 at number 3 on Fox at 6:30. Virginia Tech at number 8, Ohio State. But other than IU and Western Michigan on buys this week, I think the big one everyone's talking about is Michigan at Notre Dame. What's your take on that, Coach?
Well, of course, it's going to be a Wolverine victory, the winningest program in all of college football. is going to definitely, defeat, I don't know what they call them, the chickens that take them off the schedule.
Well, it is going to be the Irish.
They don't like getting beat, I guess.
Yeah.
Take them off the schedule.
Well, I will say the Irish are favored. They're at home and number 16, so we'll see how that turns out. But certainly, I believe it's going to be Gardner to Funches many times this evening. 7:30. Roddy, we got a hold. No flag and knocked down and intercepted. Big interception by the Eagles. Oh, my goodness. And Roddy went to the well once too often, and the Eagles are back in business.
Batten down the hatches. This slobber knocker is just getting started with only 5 minutes left. What is going on, folks, at Max Mitchell? The Never Say Die Eagles are about ready to fly one into the house right here.
The tide is turning.
The tide is turning.
And we're moving on. 1st and 10. Fremont at the Angola 31 after the interception. And all of a sudden, the Hornets are getting a little bit nervous. Oh, big hit. Maybe not. Big hit on Jake Pelham after a bad exchange with the snap there. So that's going to make it now 2nd and 12. That was huge. I didn't catch who caught the interception, though.
LaRose.
Oh, LaRose. Okay, awesome. LaRose.
You think we got to speed up this offense
Yeah.
thing here. We've taken a long time to.
By the way, Andrew LaRose, his brother Nick, Twitter superstar, featured on the IU football tweet of the week from their game, their victory last week, right in the front row, right in a picture. The Fremont product shown there. Great job. That's awesome. 2nd and 12.
We got to turn and go.
He's trying to find a hole, and he's going to get back to maybe the line of scrimmage here, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 with under 5 minutes left. Okay. Some of the players, John.
4:43. We
Yep.
got to get some hurry up going here.
Yeah, I was going to say, some of the Fremont players are kind of keep looking at the referee, wasting time, focused on, it should be a penalty, the coach has just got to say, get back to the line, man. We don't have time to mess around with that kind of stuff. We just got to get out there and play. 4:24. Boy, it is taking a lot of time. We're down under 15 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 11.
Which I'm assuming they're going to do probably. I bet the coach probably sends 2 or 3 plays right
Yep.
here.
That's going to be Hunter Jordan, and he's going to gain about maybe 4 on the play. So we got ourselves – now it's a 4th down inside the 30. So, boy, your options are kind of limited here. It's kind of long. You're going to have to most likely throw the ball, I would think.
Absolutely. We got to get the play in quick.
It's a big, big key play. Clock still rolling. Under 4 minutes now. The Fremont Eagles slow to develop the play here behind the line.
Yeah, clock is running. We got to be rolling.
Yeah, got to move that. Got to get that 2-minute offense in, even though it's only 4 minutes left.
And you got to remember, you got a new quarterback.
That's true. And they caught it. Wait, they jumped first. I believe the defense jumped first. Oh, he's going to call false start, but the defensive man jumped first. Oh, my goodness. I'm not agreeing with that call at all, John. The defensive man went into the neutral zone first.
Neutral zone infraction there.
Wow, the zebra missed that call. Bad call by the zebra.
Bad call, zebra.
Didn't cross.
Well,
Trent says he didn't cross. Trent's a homer.
we love you, Trent. We love you, Trent.
But again, one of the things that does have to get worked on is this 2-minute offense.
Absolutely.
3 minutes.
Well, yeah, certainly you can't blame the officials for the slow play here. I mean, the Eagles got to get in there and do something. So now it's 4th and 12. Got one wide out lined up, another one near side. He's going to get right in there, and the throw is almost picked off, but it'll be incomplete. And now the Hornets will take over 1st and 10 with 3:08 left.
Defense has got to score.
Yeah, the defense is going to have to do it again. I mean, they got that big interception a moment ago. Let's go out there and make something happen. But you are limited on time. Got to make something happen very quickly.
Light him up, D. Strip it.
All right, 1st down, Roddy.
Showing the blitz.
Oh, big stuff. Nice job. Big hit. Nice job.
Zach Merrick with the stop on Warner.
Number 53, Zach Merrick with the big hit there. Nice job.
Clock management we get here. If you use your timeouts, as Trent said,
I believe that was 2-6 on the carry. 2:48.
They're gonna start
Yeah,
burning
definitely.
timeouts after this
Angola
play here.
comfortable just milking the clock, as
Interesting,
certainly they
our-
should.
Our philosophy on that offensive speed there.
Yeah, I would
I
have.
think you just really wanted to calm the offense down.
I'm thinking that's probably the thought process on that. And he's going to squeeze through, get a couple extra yards there, but it's still short of the first. It's going to be third down. But, again, Angola has the luxury of allowing that clock to roll here. And right now, 18-6, Angola leads this thing. Fremont had the momentum a little bit. I feel it's still kind of on their side slightly, but they're going to have to make something happen here and stop them on this big key third down to make something happen. We are now officially under 2 minutes left in this game. Angola now letting the clock roll. It's at 10, 9, 8, the play clock that is.
Look for a turnover. You got to strip it here.
Almost offsides. And a big stuff behind the line. Roddy's going down, but the clock will still roll, 1:41, unless there's a timeout. Wait a minute, no, Fremont got a fumble. Fremont got a fumble.
Now you have to run a 2-minute.
Wow.
Knotek with the fumble.
Keegan Knotek.
Fremont takes over
Anytime.
first
You
down.
got to have all your plays called ahead. Get ready a 2-minute offense.
Here we go.
This is why you do a 2-minute drill here. It's time to rock and roll.
They get another opportunity, and Angola coughs up the football. Keegan Knotek with the recovery.
This is huge, folks, but you got to have 3 plays right in a row. Boom, boom, boom.
Absolutely.
You have to have plays that are going to get out of bounds or are going to stop the clock. So drop pass, anything. You can't afford to take a sack here. You've got to make sure you get rid of the ball. This is where those practices, you practice this 2-minute drill all the time. At the end of every practice, this is going to be absolutely huge here, folks. Let's go Eagles.
It's a rollout. He's got to find somebody. He almost hit bric-a-bracs, but it does stop the clock. So that's good. He was rushed and hurried on that play.
But that's what you want him to do. You want to stop the clock.
Yep. That's okay.
You
On a
can't
play
afford
like
to take a
that,
sack.
I would rather have an incompletion than a sack or an interception.
Three people deep here in the grandstand.
Yeah.
Just don't take a sack.
Yep.
1:37 left.
Indeed. 1:37. Coach Hummer calls in the play to Hunter Laskowiak. 2nd and 10. Fans on both sides silently watching here, nervous.
Pins and needles.
Yes, it is. Big run for Laskowiak. Nice job. And the pile's going to stop, about 6-yard gain. Fremont's going to have to stop the clock here, or the clock will just run.
Timeout or something here.
Laskowiak moves the
And the
pile
clock
again.
is still running.
Clock's rolling.
And we're down to 1:12, 1:11. The clock's still running. No timeout. Fremont taking their time to get to the line here.
With a new quarterback, they might have had a chance to practice no huddle.
Well, that could be. You still got to make something happen, though, I would think. Less than a minute to go. And they're going to run the ball again. And this time it's Hunter Jordan with a short run.
And we got flags. That'll stop the clock and more.
Offsetting penalties, so they'll replay the down.
They might restart the clock.
I would think they would have to restart the clock. I mean,
You would think with 50 seconds left, we're going to have
I would
to
think
go no huddle.
I would think you'd get the play right up there right now as soon as that whistle blows.
There's the clock. Clock's rolling.
And the clock is
Clock's
moving.
rolling, folks.
Yeah, they're taking.
Not sure what's going on here with the offense taking so much time to get there. We're under 40 seconds
And
left.
You got to have guys running to the
Yeah,
line.
you got to get there quick. I'm not sure
Gotta
what's
get the
going on.
playoff, guys. And we're going to go motion.
Well, Fremont calls a timeout with 28.9 seconds left. We are going to take a short break. You're watching 101 Lakes Network coverage of Fremont Eagles football on FremontEaglesFootball.com. All right, we're back. Fremont on a key 4th and 3 here. And they're going to roll out, try to find somebody. They're going to throw long. He's wide open. And Fremont with a touchdown. Fremont with a touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
Hunter Laskowiak.
30-yard pass to Hunter Laskowiak. Oh, my. Wow. What a play.
You have plays called here when you onside.
So here it is. Yeah, you have to.
You have to have plays ready.
Here we are. Fremont is making a game of it. 21.7 seconds left. And here's the thing, John. They're down by 6. So if they can get that point through and score a touchdown, they win. But they're going to have to get the onside back. They're going to have to make this play quick. 4, 3, 2, 1. Snap. Snap. Oh. Just wasting time. Very tough. The offense is going to have to make some plays, make that movement quicker. Just taking their time, getting up to the line. I'm not really sure why Fremont is doing that. Got to move. Got to have a sense of urgency. Well, it does give them a little more room, I guess, to make some plays happen, I guess, if you want to think about it on a positive side.
Yeah, again, folks, I want to reiterate, we are not the coaches up here. It's easy for us to be up here and, have people,
Well, we're kind of
trying to say.
Yeah, well, we're
You've not worked with the team all
Yeah.
week. I don't know. We got a new quarterback in.
That's true. All right, he's going to roll out. He's going to try to get that 2-pointer. He's got a man. Oh! Just out of the reach. Well, Fremont still trails by 6. We're going to keep it here, John.
Keep it here because you got to go onside kick. You got to put it up. But here's the thing. Once you onside kick, you've got to, at this point now, have plays ready.
Right.
Because you got 21 seconds, 2 timeouts, or 1 timeout. So.
Well, 21.7. This is a nail biter. Suddenly, this is anybody's game. Fremont trails by 6. They have to recover an onside kick. They're going to have to score immediately. And they're going to have to get an extra point.
That was the clock management.
But they can. I mean, that's the thing.
Clock management is huge.
They're capable. They're fully capable with 21 seconds left because you can run 3-4 plays in 21 seconds if you move quickly. And so if we can assume that we can get the onside kickback, that's 1 play. And then you get another key play down the field, that's 2. Maybe get a 3rd one in there if you can. Now all of a sudden, with no time on the clock, Fremont has a victory. That's the formula. You got to move.
This is going to be a crazy ending. You take away 1 or 2 plays, this is a different ball game right now.
Yes, sir.
Radically different ball game.
All right, so I believe Angola is, yes, absolutely. Tough effort. Phenomenal. And here comes the onside potential. There it rolls. It rolls back, and almost. Fremont almost had it. Boy, oh boy. So close. Michael 2-6 with the recovery. And that will end. Oh! And that will end the hopes of Fremont. I saw a little taunt.
Joanne Bruni's boyfriend taunting.
But that will end any hopes of Fremont to win this ball game. But boy, oh boy, what an effort.
Have a little talk about that, but he didn't have a good game today. But
goodness gravy. Well, you know what?
hey, it's 4A versus 1A. You got to be proud of the Eagles here.
They got 20 people in the box here on this play.
Guys, can't have that many.
Not quite. I think we got our
guys.
JV team in there as well. I think. Oh man, I tell you. Well, tough loss for Fremont. They gave it their best effort. Boy, proud of the kids.
Like I said, 4A versus 1A. I mean, but it just needs to be said. Because
And it's down. Yep.
That's a great moral victory for a Class A school to give them all they wanted and more.
Well, I tell you what, John, another close one down to the end. Here's the deal, man.
I'm proud of the boys.
Yeah, proud of those Eagles for giving a phenomenal effort. They never quit. They never gave up. At one point, Angola was leading this game by 3 touchdowns. And Fremont was able to get back and score 2 of those. Had a chance at the end. The onside kick just barely squeaked by and out of the hands of the Eagles.
Way to go, Fremont!
And the Hornets will come away winning the rubber match at Max Mitchell, 18-12 here on a cloudy Saturday afternoon. So we're going to come back in just a moment for our post-game report. You're watching Fremont Eagles and Angola Hornets football on 101lakesnetwork.com, 101 Lakes Network Channel 20, and FremontEaglesFootball.com. All right, we're back for the post-game report. You're watching Fremont Eagles football and Angola Hornets football on 101 Lakes Network Channel 20 and FremontEaglesFootball.com. The final score from Max Mitchell this afternoon, Saturday afternoon, 18 for Angola, 12 for Fremont, and a very hard-fought effort from both teams. Fremont down at one point, John, 3 touchdowns, but scrounged back for 2. Had a chance at the very end to get an onside kick just outside their fingertips. My goodness. And Michael 2-6 with the recovery to finish the job for the Hornets.
Yeah, as I say, a valiant effort by the Eagles today. If a couple other things went their way, just didn't get the bounces, but the effort was amazing.
Yeah.
Never say die. I've got to give props to the defense for coming up big.
Yep.
Offense came up big when they had to. And again, for having a new quarterback going into that time management at the end, I think that was really the difference. And if you could take away one of those opening broken plays that Angola scored on, this would be a different ball game.
Yeah,
those opening scores were on big broken plays.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Angola scored 2 plays into the game, and they looked like a force to be reckoned with. They scored, I believe, on 2 of their first 3 possessions, and it looked like, this looks like it's going to be a tough one for Fremont. But they hung in there, John, and they kept it a 2-score game for at least 2.5 quarters. And Angola scored again, and then kind of the wind came out of your sails a little bit. But, boy, I tell you what, in the 4th, Fremont really turned on the Jets, got the juices flowing, and made some things happen and got it close. And, man, I tell you what, it was certainly a great effort by our kids.
Yeah, they definitely made some huge tackles behind the line of scrimmage in the 2nd and 4th quarters that made a huge difference in the ball game. So if we were going to give a player of the game, it would go to the entire defense today for really lights out after, other than 3 big plays. It was pretty much lights out football.
Yeah, it was. It was.
The entire defensive front for Fremont will get the player of the game.
I love that. Absolutely. Who's the player of the game for Angola tonight, Trent? As he takes a bite of pork burger.
The pork burger player of the game for Angola with the victory. It's funny to get our perspective. You know, we're all depressed. The Angola fans are rejoicing. You know, it's like the greatest game ever.
Well, yeah, those first 2 drives pretty much set the tone, gave them a big lead, and that late touchdown was absolutely critical. But I think Bolin was a key, and him out in space was the difference in the game. Him running the ball, him receiving, that's our Angola High School player of the game, Matt Bolin, number 1.
All right, number 1. And he does a great job for Angola. Well, John, let's just talk briefly about what's coming up here. First off, next week, Fremont will be at Fairfield for a contest against the Falcons. The Falcons are kind of on a downturn this year. They've been struggling as of late to make some things happen, but you know, they're always going to get up for that Fremont game. So Fremont at Fairfield. Now, we will not be broadcasting there next week. However, the next FremontEaglesFootball.com 101 Lakes Network Channel 20 broadcast of Fremont Eagles football will be in 2 weeks. It will be Central Noble on the road down there in Albion, and that's always a game that Fremont says, hey, we got an opportunity to get a big W on this one.
Yeah, even though we will not be broadcasting, I will be at the Fairfield game, so come out and give the coach a shout-out in the stands there. I'll be at the home stands.
There we go.
The Fremont faithful, so come give a shout-out. Get on the Fremont Eagles football Twitter.
Maybe I was gonna say. I would say maybe we get some Twitter updates. Yeah.
We're proud again today of our Fremont football team as we get ready to leave you. A heartbreaker here at Max Mitchell, but a valiant effort.
Yes,
For
sir.
the coach, I turn it over to Dr. K because I'm out of words. I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, heartbroken indeed. Well, I tell you what, folks, we're going to leave it at that. We'll see you in 2 weeks here on 101 Lakes Network, Channel 20, and FremontEaglesFootball.com. Fremont at Central Noble from Albion, Indiana. 2 weeks from last night, actually. So we will see you then. On behalf of the coach, John Bruni, Trent Lewis, and everyone at 101 Lakes and all our sponsors, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Take care. Final score, Angola 18, Fremont 12.